Now, when you first think about iTunes, you're thinking about your music. But professors here at the Medical Center campus are participating in a new way to use iTunes. Now you can do anything from listening to your teacher's last lecture to video research for your project. Miami Dade College is the only South Florida educational institution in company with Harvard, Yale, and Stanford universities to host educational content on iTunes U Music Store. iTunes U is an interactive multimedia management application operated by Apple, most popular for music listening. Now it offers college professors an innovative way of teaching in the 21st century.
We got involved with iTunes U. I had read about iTunes U and was discussing the possibility of having the medical campus featured on the site with the college CIO, and he asked me to take it on as a college-wide project. So we developed the college-wide Miami Dade College iTunes U site.
The iTunes project is very easy. It's user-friendly for the professor. You can edit material within 20 minutes after class if it's a short enough snippet. In the beginning, when you're just getting used to probably the program that you're using, it may take you an hour. But once you find out how to make it and streamline things and not have added information that is not needed, knowing when to cut off your lecture, because one of the things I found out is that you don't want to bore your student again. You don't want your iTunes project to be another hour lecture of you. You want to enhance what you're doing for the students so they can come there and want to watch it because they know this is going to be 5 minutes. This will be 8 minutes of my time. Oh yeah, I can get to it really quickly and go back in and still use my books, but I don't have to sit there and listen to everything all over again.
iTunes is not only computer-based, but it can be accessed by mobile devices such as an iPod or iPhone. Dr. Mark Nestor and Professor Kenneth Lee welcome new ways of keeping students interested and try to shy away from stale classroom lectures and excessive note-taking. Kendall campus professor Louis Molina likes to get downright creative with his lessons. He uses voice encryption to uniform class readings with his podcast.
Welcome to ENC 1102, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. This semester, you will have to keep up with the reading. If you do not, it will be very hard to pass the course. Also, notes and announcements will be provided to you through podcasts posted on iTunes. You need to download iTunes to your home or laptop computer. Podcasts will be an important part of this course. ENC 1102 is about learning to write a research paper following the MLA format.
The Mac that I use has voices that come with it, but the voice I wanted was a British sounding voice, just to make it more as if Dr. Watson, who's the narrator, was speaking. So I found a website that had, I bought 3 voices they're computer voices. And basically all you have to do is you put it on in this program, and the computer in this British voice reads the text, and it allows you to turn them into a podcast.
And what a better subject for reinforcement than math? Professor Louis Beltran uses a tablet PC to teach and record his classes. Students will soon be able to revisit these lessons on iTunes U.
All I'm doing is digitizing what would have been done on the board. Now, I know a few years ago there was the smart board. I just found the tablet PC a lot easier in terms of you don't have to calibrate or worry about some of the little technical things that at times the smart board had. It's very seamless, very user-friendly for the professor, which then translates into also something very easy for the student, because the last thing I need is to create another barrier. I mean, they walk in, they're traumatized in math, so you want to make it something where the math is the focus, and that's what I tell them. You're here to learn math, not here to learn a computer programming language. So that's how I've been doing it now for the past, I'd say, 3 years.
iTunes is a free download for Windows and Mac. To access Miami Dade College on iTunes, visit www.mdc.edu/iTunes.
This thing, it allows the professor to make his own productions, but yet still allowing you to make little learning objects to enhance your teaching for your students.
Well, there's one letter which I thought pretty much said it all from a student. She's a student in her late 50s, and she told me that never in her life when she started school back in the late 60s would she have imagined this technique where she could just sit there, watch the lecture, not write down every little thing that was said in class. So what she told me, she says, look, now I can really pay attention to you.
The days of just writing papers and printing them out and hand them in, well, that's nice for the 19th century, 20th century. We're in the 21st century, and we need to change the methods of our teaching to fit the century we're in. And unfortunately, I see too many people still afraid of, not only afraid of technology, but almost it's like they see technology as, you know, invading their territory. And to me, technology, a computer is just like a pencil. It's just a more sophisticated pencil.